Hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. Well, in this story, OP says, "We don't have kids, just a dog and a vehicle together. I have been married to her for 3 years. It's been mostly great with some downs. We have traveled extensively and made so many memories together. This story definitely pales compared to some other poor souls here. It's time we listen to the story. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel."
My wife was working at a coffee shop before the pandemic, and she met her AP there about a year and a half ago. He was a customer, and from what I've unearthed, I don't have tangible reasons to believe anything serious was going on back then, probably some flirting. I guess this seems serious now. They did exchange social media and kept minimal contact, probably texting once every couple months. I had no reason to suspect anything at this point. I should mention that we were on the road traveling with the idea to move to a different state. They didn't have physical contact. Fast forward to mid-February. They are texting more often, and he gives her his phone number, saying he'll always be there if she needs to talk. Seems like this is when the relationship actually began, as she took him up on the offer and saved his phone number under a false name of a girl coworker I knew. In the next couple of days, the texting intensifies and things are off between us. She's extremely sour. It didn't make sense why. On 2 occasions, I'm being lied to that she's calling her parents and goes away for an hour. I got suspicious, as she doesn't usually have a reason to leave my presence to talk to them. I pull up the call history from our shared phone bill, and the number didn't match. That's when I decided to go through her phone and discovered the Instagram messages and everything thereafter. I was in complete shock. Took some screenshots and confronted her in the morning. Mind you, we signed a year-long lease right before this whole thing came out. For the next few days, I do the pick-me dance and was met with a whole lot of gaslighting, how bad she's been feeling, and how I wasn't really there for her. None of that excuses of emotional cheating I knew back then. When I try to set some basic boundaries, she pushes back. It was so hard to let go of her, so, naturally, I was looking for options to keep her and fight for our marriage. After all, it's not like the relationship has gotten physical.
Now, he recognizes some of the shortcomings and decided that he can work on himself and support her more.
We moved into the apartment and spent thousands on furniture, all the while I couldn't trust her. I kept demanding to check her phone, and for the next 2 weeks, I found on 5 to 6 occasions that she's either unblocked him or she's put WhatsApp so that she doesn't leave a trace on the phone bill. We go through those episodes every 3 days, and after every time, I'm more broken. At one point, I spent a whole day in bed without eating at all. She keeps convincing me we can heal. Stupid me. At one point, after we've made up again, she tells me that she doesn't see us being together forever. Thanks for the honesty, but why do you keep wasting my time then?
Well, I guess a little more story wouldn't hurt. If you guys made it so far, you deserve to get the dessert.
I was supposed to go to a meeting one day and left the house. Checking my phone, the meeting's been cancelled, so I head back. I was gone for 15 minutes, but I had a hunch that I have to check the phone again. She's unblocked and texted him. At this point, I'm ready to call it quits. I'm hanging in the house for the next 2 days because I got nowhere else to go. Was a wreck, and obviously she felt bad about me. On the second day of me sleeping on the couch, she comes in the morning with proof that she finally made some kind of effort without me asking her. She's texted him that she can't handle the shame and guilt and he shouldn't be texting her anymore. She shows me that and we make up again. She deleted the WhatsApp again, and for the next 2 days, it was a real sense of normalcy and I got what I actually needed. She put some effort into this. Well, on the 3rd day, I decide to walk the dog, but was also paranoid. I put WhatsApp on my phone and stalk her online status. I'm not even 5 minutes out of the house, and she's talking to him. And that was it, folks. I slept in my van that night. We spoke in the morning. I didn't get any sensible answers. She finally said she had feelings for him. I put my essentials in the van and left her. She begged me to come back, but now it's been 4 days and I'm 1,000 miles away. I'm really lonely and have been crying sporadically. I had a weak moment today and contacted her. It was so stupid. Now the wound is fresh again. I'm divorcing her, but don't want to get lawyers involved for financial reasons. I'm having trouble sleeping and eating regularly, but I work out and stay hydrated. I hope to feel better soon. This is bad.
Thanks for listening so far. OP just had to get it off his chest. You must take care of yourself because nobody else will. Now, here is an update on OP's situation.
It's now been over 4 months since D-Day and about 3 months since I left. If you read my last post, you know that I left my soon-to-be ex-wife for 2 weeks so I can clear my head. Upon returning to our apartment with the pretext of picking up some of my furniture, we started discussing what should we do next. The first thing I noticed was that she had taken off her ring. At this time, I was able to get on her phone and witnessed a 2-week-long conversation between her and AP. My heart stiffened. They were developing a relationship, watching movies, exchanging letters and postcards, and had plans to meet. I can really expand on the hurtful remarks they were discussing regarding me, but I don't think it's conducive to the main topic. This post is about me and how I am dealing with my pain. I decided this is all I needed to know and printed the divorce papers. We filled them out, and I left shortly after. I took the dog, as she said she's not fit to be a dog parent. Couldn't agree more, and wouldn't pass the opportunity to take my child. I went back to the town we moved to together 2 years ago. I didn't want to do it, but it was my best choice as I had a good friend there who provided a supportive environment. It got better for a while. I spent 2 months there. I tried dating and went out with some women, but it became clear that I just wasn't ready to move on just yet. I think it still helped me in a way, as I realized that even in my broken state, I was able to talk to and attract potential partners. This gave me a much-needed boost to my self-esteem. I decided to stop the dating as I felt bad for leading people on. I don't feel ready for another relationship. I picked up some hobbies, one completely new and one other that I haven't dabbled in over 5 years. This also helped to take my mind off the trauma. I tried to take care of myself and made a routine where I'd cook myself 2 meals a day. Not every day, but most of the time. I made some new friends. AP was also living in town, and lo and behold, she moves back to live with her mother so that she could close the gap. Got back to the same job she met AP at. I decided I wouldn't bear the chance of seeing them together on the streets. I've already struggled to suppress my hateful thoughts of getting back at them. So I had to move on, someplace new. This is also something that helped my mind. Make plans of my own. Not take anyone else in consideration. It was a liberating feeling. I spent a long time strategizing where do I want to settle down and did extensive research. I decided to get on the road again and visit some national parks along the way and move to my city of choice.
Well, now, here's what happened after he left his wife.
As soon as I left, I felt this immense loneliness. Lonelier than when I went away for 2 weeks back in April. I couldn't lean on my family and friends anymore, well, at least not as much. It's been 4 months, and I felt like people are getting tired of my situation. So, I bottled it up. I kept doing my hobbies, but again, the loneliness kind of trumped all the progress. It's been really tough. I visited such beautiful places, and it's been a painful reminder of what it could have been if I had a partner to share the moments with. I try to engage with people around me. Many times, when I see lovely couples, my tears come up. It's a strange feeling. I am happy for them, and I'm sad about myself. Sometimes in the evening, I just hug my dog. Days are empty. I find myself sometimes just existing. I have no desire to do anything. I tried reading, and I can't focus. In many ways, I feel like I've regressed. Then I remind myself that healing is a non-linear process. I know it's temporary and time heals, but that just doesn't keep me afloat. I'm in a pickle. I want to heal myself by myself. I've always done things by myself, and this is no different. I know that once I'm past this pain, I will come out the other end a refined and stronger person. I look forward to this day.
Well, OP, I know it's a bad phase and you might experience some hopelessness. Be strong and don't be afraid to reach out for help. Not being able to concentrate can be a symptom of depression, so you might want to have a look into that. Please try not to be alone, at least physically, since loneliness and company are not necessarily tied together, so you can vent at times. Good luck to you, OP. We have reached to the end of the story. It's time we listen to a comment by the community.
Sampa2NYC says, "You may think she used you, but who's the real fool? Anyway, what did you really lose? An emotionally stunted, immature cheater who's bound to repeat her behavior? I'm curious. You said she works or worked at a coffee shop and that you two did a lot of traveling. Were you the breadwinner in the marriage? Do you know what AP does for a living? Will her financial situation change after the divorce? Also, not that it should matter to you either way, the odds are against them. If they happen to be soulmates and live happily ever after, so what? LOL. Wish them all the happiness that they deserve and keep moving on. Be glad you got out relatively unscathed. Things could have been worse. You could have had kids with her. Best of luck, man. OP's reply. Well, I'd say that we both contributed about the same. My last job was retail, and I have been unemployed for some time. As far as I know, AP looks better on paper. In his texts, he even brags how his family never had money problems. I guess that might be part of the reason she monkey branched. Honestly, I've been trying to understand her actions, and I just can't. I wish I could give her forgiveness, but don't think I'll ever be able to. The hatred is real.
Thanks for listening. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.